Hey everybody, happy Wednesday, you guys. Halfway through the week. How are you guys doing? Um, I have a few things to do today, and it's also my son's birthday, so I'm gonna just put on some makeup. And I also wanted to show you a couple of shades from the Royal Cherry eyeshadow palette because I just got it yesterday. It's been out for a while, but I hadn't ordered it. And then I said, you know what, let me order it so I can show everybody what it looks like. So this is the palette, you guys. Look at those shades. Aren't they beautiful? So pretty. There's a couple of shimmers, like shimmer, I wouldn't say glitter. I would say more of a shimmer. And then you have some mattes, and then maybe these could be considered more of a glitter shade. This is definitely shimmer and shimmer. These could be, I guess, considered glitter, although you don't feel any glitter in them, and they kind of shift. So they have a really pretty shift to them, which is really nice. Now, when you look at them this way, they almost look identical, but one is a peachier undertone, one has a pinker undertone. So, and then this one is like an olive green mixed with a black. It also has like a shift to it. Okay, it is a very matte shade, but you can see that shift to it. I personally don't think I would wear that shade on me. I think it would be a little too harsh, especially because it is a flat matte shade, but is really unique, really unique. I think it would make a really nice like eyeliner too. Or smoky eye would be awesome for a smoky eye. So let us start by doing a little bit of foundation. I don't use a lot of foundation anymore, you guys. You kind of know that already. I've been just like treating the areas that I want a little coverage on, and that's about it. But you can go with a primer, you can go without a primer. It does not matter, you guys. If you don't want to use a primer, don't use a primer. I don't use a primer every day. This is our illuminating one. We do have a mattifying primer. You know, I've watched so many more mature women that do makeup, that are actual makeup artists and stuff. It's 50-50. Some say absolutely you need to have a primer, or your makeup's not going to look good after you're the age of 40. And others say, no, it doesn't make a difference. And then others say it makes it look worse on them. So to each his own, you guys, honestly. And when I do use it, I only use a little bit. I don't use a lot. Then today I'm going to go in with our BB. Usually I use the CC only because this is a color corrector. You can see I have a lot of redness to my face and a lot of melasma. I have hyperpigmentation. Like you can see, like I have quite a bit going on my skin, and it gets intensified come spring and summer. Then it kind of fades off a little bit, but it's always there now. And that is why it's so important to take care of your skin from a very early age, and very important to use sunscreen all the time. Okay, all the time. You need it, because otherwise this is what happens, and it's almost impossible to reverse this. You can tone it down, you can help it a little bit, but without like professional dermatologist care, you're not going to get rid of that with any cream. Okay, I've yet to see any. Like I said, you can find creams, including our Farmasi products, that will help to lighten it, but it's not going to probably go away. So I don't know, you know, I am just a firm believer now of sunscreen, and year round, not just in the summer. And I think that's where a lot of people make an error in judgment, is they feel like they only have to use it in the summer, and you need it all year round, you guys. You still get sun rays even in the fall and winter. And if you're not wearing sunscreen, guess what? You're still going to have sun damage to your skin. So if you're going to commit to taking good care of your skin, you need to commit to doing it every day, year round. And trust me, you will thank yourself so much, because you will have beautiful skin even when you're well into your 70s and 80s. You'll have beautiful skin, hopefully. I'm not saying you won't have some wrinkles and fine lines and things like that, but you guys, the sun does so much damage, so much. And that's both artificial and natural. Not knocking anybody that has, you know, a tanning bed business or anything like that, like to each his own. And you can always wear sunscreen in a tanning bed on your face too, I would imagine. But, you know, it's just so harmful. It really is. And this is coming from someone who was a diehard sun person. Like, I was always out in the sun, always in tanning booths. Like, yeah. So take it from me, you will eventually, it will catch up with you, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. So you may love the way your skin looks tan and your first urge is go sit out in the sun, but you guys, there are so many good self tanners now without having to go sit in the sun that will give you a beautiful tan, including on your face. And there's so many good makeup products that can give you a faux tan, and you're not going to have all the dangers of sitting out in the sun, okay? So now I'm going to go in with, I'm going to just add some warmth into my face. And I'm going to see, do I want to use Midnight Touch or do I want to use cream? I'm going to use the Midnight Touch. Now my little sponge tip has come off, so I don't have my sponge tip. So I have to just utilize it this way. I need to order another one. It's time. So I'm just going to do it this way. I may have to lighten that a little bit because obviously it comes out a lot quicker without the sponge tip. So I'm actually going to use my beauty blender to blend that out. I don't like a strong contour on my face. I like a very natural contour. I like just enough to have something to add that warmth back in without it being really prominent, especially on my cheeks, because I don't want to draw attention to my cheeks. My cheeks are big enough as it is. You're not going to miss them, so I don't want to be bringing attention to my cheek area. I try to deflect from it because especially now with my weight gain, I am so self-conscious of my cheeks. So I'm just blending that out. And this is a damp beauty blender. It's not soaking wet, but it is damp. Okay. You can see it just adds a really nice warmth to your skin. Now, if you wanted to do a faux tan, you could go in with the Midnight Touch, or you could go in with our cream stick, and you could actually really dot up your whole entire face, blend it in with the beauty blender, put a little blush, a little highlighter. You'll give yourself a beautiful self-tan, okay? Self-tanned look. If you don't want the bronzy look, you can give yourself a really pretty after sun glow with blush and just by using some highlight, and it will give you that flushed sun look right over here and on the bridge of your nose. It's so easy to create that look, you guys. So, you know, take the time, experiment with things, and you're gonna see you can get a beautiful, beautiful look, okay? Now, the other thing that I never remember to say this, and I don't know why. I think it's just because it's automatic to me. I don't even think about it. This is our lip balm, okay, you guys? I've used this on my lips ever since I started Farmasi. So 6 years, this has been a staple. People on my team make fun of me because I have like 10 of them at all times. Well, I've gone through all of them, believe it or not. This is what I have left. So I just ordered some more. They last me a long time because a little goes a long way. So I use them on my lips, okay? But I also use it under my eyes. And because it's a lip balm, you can get so close to under your eye, okay? So I use it there to add some hydration and moisture to under my eye. And then I will go back in with a little bit of concealer. Okay, and it just helps to plump. Now, if you have areas up here or any dry patches on your face, take this and just put it on and just blend it out. You can blend it in with your fingers. You can blend it in with a brush, a little like concealer brush, okay? And then you can either take a concealer, okay, of your choice, or you can go back in with a little bit of foundation and just conceal a little bit under your eyes, okay? That was a lot. That was a lot, Charlotte. That was not a little. That was a lot. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go back in with the Beauty Blender anyways, so, and I'm just taking that onto my lid. That's going to be our base for our eye look. I'm going to take the Beauty Blender and just blend that in underneath my eye. Not everybody puts a base on their eyelids, and that's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's not a requirement. You do whatever you want, whatever you feel looks best on your face. There's no right or wrong way to do makeup, you guys. There's a couple of guidelines that most people tend to follow, like making sure that it's blended. There's no big lines of demarcation between your foundation here and your neck and things like that, you know. But for the most part, it's whatever you want to do. See, like right now, okay, you can see where I left off with the BB cream. So if I was like, I'm going to change my shirt, so you're not going to see any part of this on me with my hoodie on. So, but normally if I was going to keep this shirt on, I would be blending all this all the way down to my neck, and I would be putting a little bit here so that it's cohesive, okay? Right now, my face is actually a little tan because we were doing yard work, and I did have sunscreen on, but I still tan with sunscreen. So my face is actually a little bit darker than my actual chest. So just keep that in mind when you are really doing this, and you are going to wear a top that you're going to see that and see your neck and stuff. You always want to blend down. You always want to make sure that it's all one shade, okay? And like I said, that's easy enough to do. You can do it with your Beauty Blender. You can put some and just go like that and carry it down, which is what I will do right now. And this is in the shade light to medium that I'm using, okay? And like if my neck was going to be showing, I'd be bringing it down. You always want to do your ears too in the summer. If you're going to have your hair up and you want everything to look cohesive, put a little, take your thing and just tap on your ear, okay? And it's going to help it from being so stark of a difference, okay? Easy peasy. See the difference it made? Okay. Now we look more even. Okay, so now we're going to work on our eye look. And these shades are quite deep, okay? You can see for the most part, they're very deep, strong colors, except for these three, okay? I don't like a really dark eye. I feel it makes me look older now that I'm going to be 57. So I'm going to always kind of gear towards these 4 shades. Maybe this one. This one is a gorgeous shade, and it goes so beautifully with one of our lip stylos. So I'm so tempted to do that in my crease, even though I normally would never do that. But you know what? You only live once, and it comes off with soap and water. So guess what? If it's not what I want, then I go and take it off, you know? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in with this shade in the crease. But like I said, I normally stay away from these darker shades. But when I show you the lip, you're going to see why. So I'm just kind of placing it in my crease. Okay, just placing it there for now. And then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to blend that out with a soft, fluffy brush. But for right now, to actually put the color on, I need to just use a little bit of a stiffer brush, because I want that crease to really highlight that shade, okay? And I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode, so now I'm getting all these messages. Oh, Lord. It's the only bad thing about recording on your phone is that if you forget to put it in airplane mode, and you have a busy phone like I do, you just keep seeing messages. Okay? So let me look at it in here, because of course I have my ring light on my vanity mirror. Not my ring light, my vanity light mirror. And it always like looks a little bit different than it does in person in front of the vanity mirror light, which I like because it's bright and I can see what I'm doing. But so now I'm just taking that fluffy brush and let me see if I can get rid of that. Okay, there we go. That's aggravating me. Just my T-Mobile telling me it's time to pay my bill soon. Okay. Now I don't want to have the whole eye, you know, dark. I don't want that. So I'm going to go with a lighter shade on the lid. And I think I'm going to go with, I don't know if I want to do, I think that'll be too much. I'm going to stick with this one. Let me see what this, if that's the peachy one. I'm going to go with this one, okay? Because this one is a little bit more on the pink side. Now, if you wanted this to be even more shimmery, just wet your finger and you could put it on like that. If not, I suggest taking your finger to put these shades on and just tapping them. I think it goes on better than if you use a brush, because you're actually pushing it into the lid instead of across the lid. And because it's a shimmer shade, I just feel like it goes on better if you use your finger. Okay, isn't that pretty? That's so pretty, you guys. Then once you put this shade on, you can go back now and you can go back and add a little bit more to your crease and deepen that up again now. Okay. And I'm just kind of deepening the crease part. And I'm doing windshield wiper motions, but as I am, I'm pressing in. I'm pressing into the eye crease. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could take that color all the way up, or you could go in with a different color and you could just place that under the brow bone. Then again, I'm taking a fluffy brush and just making sure that that's all blended out. Okay, I don't want harsh lines even on the corners. I don't want anything harsh. Okay. And then we're going to go underneath, and I'm going to go in with, let's see, I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here underneath my lid. I got to take the plastic off of here. I can't see. There we go. And I'm just going to run that under my eye onto my lower lash. Now I will tell you, because I keep it real with you guys all the time, okay? I'm very honest about everything. You have to be mindful that you're going to get some fallout from those shimmers, okay? Because I can see it now that I'm looking up close. I can see some fallout. So keep that in mind. You might want to do your eyes first and then do your foundation, okay? Because I definitely can see a little bit of fallout from that shimmer shade, which most shimmer shades, honestly, you're going to get some fallout. It's unavoidable. So just keep that in mind. You may want to do your eyes first, okay? And then I'm going to go with the shade, what is this one now? I never can remember. Flirt? Yeah, Flirt. And we're going to use that on our cheeks for our blush. And let's see. Where is my... No. Okay, I'm going to use this brush. I don't know where my other brush is. And I'm just going to smile. Because I want to keep it pretty much on the apples of my cheeks. I don't want to bring it up because I don't want this to compete with that if it's right near my eye. But you do you, boo. Whatever way you want, you do. Okay? Then I want to put, oh, I got, okay. What do I have all over me? I think it's blush. I want to do a little bit of highlight. Now my highlight, I love the Midnight Touch. It is so empty. It's like ridiculous, okay? It's really empty. I'm going to just pounce it in, and then I go over with that damp beauty blender, and that's going to melt it into my skin. I love the Midnight Touch highlighter because it's such a pretty natural glow. It's not too much and it's buildable, okay? So you can really build it up if that's what you want to do, okay? And if you feel like you need a little bit more blush, you can just tap too onto the brush. Okay, add a little, and then I just wipe off and just go in and blend. Blush is the thing now. Like everybody is like going heavy-handed on the blush. I always feel so out of place because I am the total opposite. I never wear like a lot of blush. And again, it's just because my cheeks are so big. I don't like drawing attention to them. But needless to say, it's kind of hard not to, right? All right, for lips, you guys, even though I'm using a lip stylo and it's not like a liquid matte or anything, I still like to use a lip liner. I just feel like it helps, especially with the darker shades. So this one is in the shade Cool Mauve. And you guys, when I tell you my lips are still so sore from doing those lip swatches yesterday, oh my God. No joke. I have been using that lip balm all night, all day so far. Last night they were so red it looked like I had a lobster on my lips. Like, it was so red. Okay. So, Cool Mauve as our lip liner. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Reddish Brown, which I need to find it. Here we go. So these are our lip stylos, you guys. So, so good, okay? They're like a mix of a lip balm and a lipstick. This shade is like that grungy look that everyone wore back in the day, I feel. And I love it. It just brings out the blue of my eyes. I am in love. And these go on so nicely. They're hydrating. And you guys, they are pigmented. Like highly pigmented, okay? No joke. So that's the reddish brown. And I just think that it plays off each other so well, that eye look and the lipstick. So, so good. We have 10 shades, 4 new shades, because we had lip stylos below, but before, and they got repackaged and we added 4 new shades. So that's incredible. So there's 10 total now, which is so good. I have 5 of the shades. I'm going to order the other 5 next month because Mama's on a budget. And yes, I get 50% off, but still, you know, money's money. So, and your girl had a lot of bills this month. A lot of bills. So, yeah. So we're going to order those next month. And luckily, I get 50% off of everything, which is a godsend because, honestly, if I didn't get that 50% off, I would not be able to afford to buy a lot of products to show you guys. It's only because I get that discount that I can buy so much to show you, because otherwise, I'd just be showing you pictures and not the actual product, because I'm on a good budget, like a strict good budget that I try to stay on. And yeah, if it wasn't for the discount that I get, there'd be no way I could buy all this stuff to show you guys. I mean, no way. And then, of course, I do get 50% commission on all my sales. So I tend to take that money and reinvest, you know, and I use it to do stuff with and pay bills. But I try to take a little bit to put back into the Farmasi fund to buy new releases when they come out to show you guys. So anyways, this mascara is finally back in stock. It's the Intense Lift. It's one of my favorites. I really do like this mascara. You all know Zen and Double Lash are my 2 top favorites, but this one, I have to say, I've come to really like it. I didn't really like it at first, to be honest with you, and I think it's just because I was so used to my Zen and my Double Lash, It took me a while to warm up to this one, but now that I have, I really do like it. It's probably my third favorite, besides Full Blast. So yeah, I enjoy this one, but I definitely am a Zen double lash girl. There's no doubt, and I've never hid that. There's other mascaras that we have. I like them, but they're not my favorite. And Finalash I like for my lower lashes, but not so much my top lashes. I don't feel like it gives me the look that I want on my top, but it's awesome for my bottom lashes because it's a really thin brush applicator. So it's really easy to get those bottom lashes without making a big mess. So if you're someone that's just starting out with mascara, you probably will really like Infinalash. And we have it in black and brown, which is really nice. But we also have the Royal Cherry mascara. And I have not tried that yet. I'm going to do a side-by-side as a story. Probably later today after I take this makeup off. I might just hop on and do a side-by-side. One eye with, one eye without. So I can't say anything about that one yet because I haven't tried it. But from what I've seen from other influencers that sell Farmasi and girls that are on my team, I get the indication that it's more of a natural looking mascara, like a softer, wispier type mascara. So if that's something that interests you, that might be a good choice. But I will definitely do a little story to show you what it looks like on my lashes. And you guys ask me if I still use the eyelash serum from Farmasi, and yes, I do. I don't use it every day, but I do use it, especially when I feel like my lashes are lacking in anything. If they seem to be getting like less long, or they're falling out, or they just don't seem to be healthy, I will start using that again until I feel like they're back to where they need to be. And I love it because our lash serum has never, ever bothered my eyes. I've gotten that in my eyes. It's never stung. I mean, nothing, 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 nothing. So I tend to stick with ours. And affordability-wise, it is so affordable, you guys. So, so affordable compared to those other ones. And some of those other ones, if you read the reviews, people have gotten really bad side effects from them. So you have to be so careful with what you put on your eyes. And that's why I really do trust Farmasi eye products, the mascaras, the eyeshadows, and the serum, because I know the quality of ingredients. And I know that because it's European standards, I can feel really good about putting them near my eyes because I have super sensitive eyes. So I am so careful about what goes on my eyes, like no joke. And I've told my story before. I won't tell it again because I've already told it a few times. But I burnt my eyes in a tanning bed when I was in high school. And I had to have my eyes glued shut for almost 3 weeks, you guys, okay? Almost 3 weeks. It was the scariest thing ever. I mean, it was so scary. I had no vision. My eyes burned so bad, okay? So bad. And ever since then, my eyes have always been so sensitive. So I am so careful, so careful about what I put on my eyes, okay? Because let me tell you, that was an experience I never want to go through again. Terrible, terrible. Okay? And you guys, I cut my hair. I'm going to cut it even more. I cut like two 2 more inches off of my hair. Can you say I only got a little baby ponytail now? It was the best thing I ever did. Best thing I ever did. My hair feels so healthy. I feel like I look younger. I love it. I was so scared because I always wanted my hair long again. It took years for me to grow it out. And then after like the last year, I had been so unhappy with my hair being long. I just didn't like it. It was so much work. And I just felt that at my age, I looked better with my hair like to here. And I looked at pictures with my hair at that length, and I really just said, you know what? I really liked my hair that length. I just am over the long hair. So I'm going to cut it because right now it's to about here, where before it was to about here. So it's about to right here when I blow dry it. So I want to bring it up another 2 inches. I want it to be just skimming my shoulders. And I was afraid to do it too because I put on so much weight that I was afraid it would look really bad. But actually, to be honest with you, my hair has so much more movement now, and like it just feels better, it looks better. It just, I don't know, like I can't explain it. I just feel like it detracts more so than it enhances, where before when my hair was long, it just stuck like it was flat. There's no movement to it. There was nothing. It would just hang there. And I felt like it really made me look older and accentuated how big my face is right now from the weight gain. So I just want to cut it a little bit more, and it's so shiny, and it took a lot of the other color that was in my hair from when I had highlights. It took a lot of that away. So now my hair is a little bit more uniformed as far as the color. So I am so happy, so happy. So you guys know that I normally never use powder on my face, okay? I just don't ever use powder. But I am just going to add a little bit because I've had a lot of you ask me what the powders look like. So even though I never do wear them, we do have a translucent powder, and then we have powders that have a hint of color to them. So you can pick, whatever one, but I'm just going to just tap a little bit. But like I said, you will never catch me wearing powder on my face. I'm just doing this to show you guys because you have asked. I like the hydrated, glowy look for my skin, okay? I feel like I look a lot younger when I don't use powder products. I used to love powder products, loved them. Used powder products on my face as a foundation. In fact, I used to be old school. I used to use this as my foundation, okay? Back in the day, even in high school, this is what I used all the time. But now, not so much. Once in a while, I'll use a little powder for something, but it's very, very rare. Okay, so let's just recap real quick. We used the BB cream in light to medium. I used the Real Cherry eyeshadow palette. We used this shade, this shade, this shade. Okay. And the nice thing about it is the colors are on the back, so you'll always remember when you're using it. Then we used reddish brown for our lips with mauve, let's see exactly, Cool Mauve as the lip liner. I believe that's what it was. Or yeah, Cool Mauve. I'm pretty sure. Cool Mauve lip liner, reddish brown lip stylo. We used our Midnight Touch bronzer. We used our Midnight Touch highlighter. We used our cream blush in the shade Flirt. What else did we use? We used our Intense Lift mascara. And am I missing anything? Foundation, blush, highlight, mascara, eyes, lips. I think that was it. And that's the look, you guys. I really, really, really think this is pretty. For a night out, wedding, so nice. So let me look up for you guys so you can see the eyeshadow and the mascara together. The length that that intense lift gives you. So really nice. Let me see if I go to this one, if you can see. I tend to leave it on the orangier side because sometimes when I use this shade, this lighting, it's too bright. So that's what I was using. And then this is just more of a normal cool white look to the vanity light. But it usually gets like really drowned out once I end up posting the video. It seems to be too bright. And I don't like that because it gets washed out. And then I have to put filters on it to bring the saturation back to where it's supposed to be, so it actually looks like I see it looking. Otherwise, it looks like really funky, like washed out, and it doesn't look right. Okay, so that's the look, you guys. Again, I'm 57 years old in December of this year. That's what I'll be. I'll be 57. Was not someone who took care of their skin until much older. I have some texture, I have pores, I have fine lines a little bit, melasma, hyperpigmentation, I have some age spots. So yeah, you know, I have some stuff going on. So, but for the most part, I think for 57, I think my skin looks pretty darn good. But I've worked really hard at getting to where it is now with using really good products and being very consistent in my skincare. And I never, ever, ever, ever go to bed with makeup on. Never. And I wear sunscreen. There's so many good sunscreens out there. We have a sunscreen and we're coming out with a gel one that you can use on your face, your body. I am so excited about that. You guys don't even know. You have the e.l.f. Whoa Glow, which is really good. CeraVe has a brand. Neutrogena has one. There's so many good sunscreens for your face. There's another one that I use all the time, but I don't think I have it in here. Do I have it in here? Let me see. Okay, so you got the Whoa Glow. The other one, I think it's in the bathroom, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's another one. It starts with an A, I believe, and that one's a really good one too. It's from Amazon. But yeah, just use a sunscreen. That's all I ask, is just use a sunscreen, okay? So if you like these products, if you like anything you see, you can shop with the link that I have posted with this video. If you have questions, let me know. If you need help with anything, message me. Like I said, if you want to become a VIP customer with me and get 50% off your products like I get as an influencer without being an influencer, just message me and I'll let you know the details on that. It's a really good deal, you guys. Really, really good. And it's not a monthly cost, okay? You pay $20, but you're not paying that every month, okay? So I'll fill you in on all the details of that, but it's not like a reoccurring charge that you have to pay to keep getting that 50% off, which is awesome. I mean, I don't know of any other company that does that, to be honest. Not only gives you 50% off everything you buy on the website, but if you want to do this like I do it as an influencer, you also get 50% commission on everything that you sell. So, I mean, there's no other company that does that I know of. I mean, and I'm familiar with a lot of direct sales companies, and I don't know of any. And maybe you have a company that you're working with. Maybe you're not happy with that company, or you feel like you're just not getting compensated well enough for the amount of work that you're putting into it and the hours. Let's talk. Maybe pharmacies will be a better fit for you. I'm not trying to poach anybody from any company. Don't get me wrong. But if you're not happy where you are, you feel like you're not reaching the potential that you could be reaching for the amount of work that you're putting in, let's talk. Maybe, you know, maybe you might want to consider Farmasi. You know, who knows? Again, I'm not trying to poach anybody. But if you're not happy, you're not happy. And if you want to know a little bit more about my company and how we work and all that, message me. I'll be more than happy. I've been with them for 6.5 years almost now, so long time. So, all right, you guys, but yeah, think about it. And again, if you just want to be my very important customer, and get that discount only and not have to do anything else, let's talk, because let's face it, who doesn't want 50% off of products? I mean, come on, that's crazy. That'd be like if you walked into Costco or Sam's Clubs or BJ's or wherever, and they said, okay, I paid $19.99, and for the next 6 months, you can shop for everything in the store. You get 50% off. And all we ask is that you spend a certain amount in those 6 months. And then if you don't, we'll just put you in active. But guess what? If you ever want the savings again, you just come back in and sign back up, and you're good to go. So come on. It's a no-brainer, you guys. And summer's coming, so we have a lot of health and wellness. We have skincare. I mean, we got a lot of good stuff. So even if you're not into makeup, hair care, fragrance, men's line, health and wellness, like so much, you guys. So it's not just makeup. Farmasi is not just makeup. So maybe you are into health and wellness. Maybe you are very active in working out and going to the gym. Guess what? Sign up. Try these products. Try our wellness products. Try our weight loss products. See if they work for you. And if they do, share your link with the people that you go to the gym with. Talk to the gym owner. Maybe he'll want to carry some of our products in there. And guess what? You're going to get paid on that. You're going to get paid just to have people go click on your link, okay? So yeah, the possibilities are endless. Or maybe you know someone that owns a salon or something, and they're looking to add a new product line to their business. Talk to them about it. Sign up with Farmasi. Give them your website link. Tell them the benefits of having this in their shop. They're going to make 50% commission. Their customers will be able to shop anytime in between visits, and they're still going to get a cut from that. So just food for thought, you guys. Food for thought. So, all right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to try and be more consistent with the videos. I really do appreciate all my customers. I love you guys. I would not be doing any of this without you and for my team. So thank you so much. And I know I don't say it often enough, but I really do, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you all. So have a great rest of your day. Today is my son's birthday, so we are going to celebrate that. And I'll be back probably Thursday, maybe, or Friday with another video showing you a look with the Infinite palette. All right, you guys, take care. Stay blessed, and I will be back soon. Bye, guys.